I want to start with asking some questions. What is recycling? What is environment? And what are the environmental issues? I didn't grow up with recycling because even though I live in a relatively big city which has 2.7 million population, we didn't have recycling infrastructure. But I grew up as a person who always been aware of that problems, who always loved, cared about environment, and wanted this ideology to spread around my community. A few weeks ago, when I was trying to encourage people to recycle their waste materials in my current community, even though it is really strange to tell people that you need to put your paper waste material into the bin labeled as paper, somebody has to do that. Somebody came to me and asked me a question. Are you vegan? I didn't understand, and I asked back the connection, and got an answer like, if you really care about the environment, why do you still eat meat while they are consuming that amount of water? When we think about and when we talk about environmental and global topics, such as global warming, carbon footprint, pollution, I see a hopeless community. Because people think that what is going to change if I recycle that one single plastic bottle? Because XYZ company already consumed tons of plastic and water while we are discussing this with you. But I want them to see exactly one point. I cannot change anything. You cannot change anything. But we can. We should try to increase awareness on people about these environmental issues. Because again, this is not my problem, or this is not your problem. Because we still have water to drink and use, we still have fresh air to breathe. But the ones who are going to suffer are my children and your children. I am scared because those topics are becoming daily basis conversations that we all know, talk, give our opinion about, but not do anything. From 7 to 77, we all heard about global warming, carbon footprint, water pollution, air pollution, etc. But what are we actually doing to reduce our carbon footprint? What is the action we are taking? I want to share a scientific experiment with you, broken windows theory. If you have never heard about this theory, according to the experiments and research have been done by social psychologists and police officers, they all agree that if a window is broken and left unrepaired in a building, the rest of the windows are going to be broken soon. But how is this connected to climate? How is this connected to sustainability and environment? I want you to imagine you are looking for a garbage bin to throw your garbage. You have this paper. You are looking for a garbage bin, but you couldn't find it. At the end, you will throw this paper somewhere that people already throw their garbage. Because you will not feel guilty because you were not the first one to throw the garbage bin. This is social effect, bias, or instinct that force you to do what people doing around you. Thankfully, this does not work only in a negative way. If you know how to use this for the benefits of society, this effect can turn into totally positive. Because humankind is unconsciously prone to start doing what people around doing them. Meaning that if you take an action, if you start changing yourself, people will follow you. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Said by Mahatma Gandhi, who played a key role in India's independence. But what am I actually talking here? Sustainable environmental problems or changing yourself, or the problems, the topics that we see every day? No, I am not only talking about this particular case. I am talking about our human behaviors. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to be judged, because people always judge and people always gonna judge. If you know that, if you are sure that you're on the good path, just keep continuing, because they will follow you. But at the end, what is going to change when we do this? Me, you, and us, we are going to change. We cannot change the world while the people are living in it are still the same. We need to change, we need to start to change step by step, changing ourselves, encouraging the people around us, and finally the world. There is no need to think about what the huge companies are doing, how they are destroying the world. Change yourself, encourage the people around you, and make those companies ashamed because what they are doing against the society's action. Taking action does not change only you, it changes you, it affects you and your personal experiences. A few years ago, when I started high school back home in Turkey, I realized that there was no tap water in the backyard. But when people were supposed to buy plastic water bottles a few times in a day. It can sound like maybe not a big problem, but it was concerning. And I was kind of shy to go to headmaster and talk about this problem. But at one point, I thought, I have nothing to lose. I went there and I told about the problem. They liked the idea, and the next year we got 2 tap waters in the backyard. It is a small and particular case, but I took an action. And now my community is benefiting from them and even consuming less plastic. And lastly, I took one more action with a hope to step further for my goals. Maybe this is the biggest action that I took, and I invite you to proceed. Here I am talking to you with a hope to touch your life. Maybe I still eat meat, but I am trying to start at one point, changing myself and trying to encourage people around me. Because the change is not a cut by a sharp knife. It is not a jump from 0 to 100. It is slow, but a constant movement. The only thing you need to finish the half of the way is starting and taking action. Never forget, there is always a hope in action. Thank you.